We haven't spoken in a while. I just wanted to get your sense, obviously heading up Netball South Africa, lockdown. I mean, I've been talking to a lot of athletes in the last sort of 6 weeks. We're now entering week 7. I just wanted to get a sense from you. Netball in South Africa obviously has ground to an absolute halt. What's been happening from your side in the background from Netball South Africa during this period?
You see, to tell you the truth, it's stressful. We're not used to this, all of us, and we're trying to get used to something that is very difficult for you to get through. We've been planning, doing plans of why, when we go out of this lockdown, what is that we're going to do? Remember, we've got sponsors, and the sponsors that we have are sponsors that need mileage, and they need value for money. So we have to make sure that they get the value for money. And the only thing that we can do that to make sponsors happy is about doing, events for them. And at the present moment, there's no event that we can do for anyone. And that on its own becomes, a serious challenge, because at the end of the day, players need to be on court and play. If they're not on court and playing, they also lose touch of everything, because, to them it's about, let's go and train. You've got a purpose of training. You want to train because of you want to play Telkom League. You want to play because of you want to play in the SA Spa Proteas. You want to play because of you want to be part of, the Commonwealth Games team in 2022. You want to play because of you want to be part of the 2023 World Cup netball team. You want to play because of this next year is under 21, World Cup in Fiji. You want to be part of that. You've got a reason of playing. But right now, I don't think most of our players have got that oomph of going on, of saying we're playing because of this. But we have to keep them positive, to say, come what may. If it means lockdown will go down in, we will not participate until September, then let's plan for October, November, December, and see what we can do for the girls. That's what we've been doing. If not, we'll have to kickstart the year very early, around February, doing netball around that time, to make sure that the girls get, especially I'm worried about the under 21s, because if we're going to the under 21 World Cup and we are not getting enough court time, I'm worried about the team. How are we going to perform? And I'm not only worried about our team, I'm also worried about coaching staff that, as a coach, you need to interact with your players. You need to understand them. They need to understand you. You need to get that link that is so important, especially going to a big thing like a World Cup. And if they are not getting those squad camps, being together, seeing where they can work, where they cannot, what do they do right and what do they not do right. It's going to be a very hectic year for the coach. I don't wish those few months left. Remember, if we're going there in June and we're only starting in January, it means she's got only 5 months to prepare a team to go to the World Cup. And it's not possible. We're expecting miracles out of something that is not possible for us to do. And remember, we don't know how committed these players are. I can talk about those that we know that they are attached to universities, because they are giving them programs to do, and the national coach is giving them programs to do. However, I'm worried about those that, remember, we're not only selecting players from university, we're also selecting from clubs and from districts and from provinces. So I'm worried about those that are not belonging to high performance, institutions. It worries me a lot as a leader, but at the end of the day, we need to keep them focused. They need to, they need to be fit. They need to train on their own, because I believe as a netball person, I'm disciplined. I do my 10 kilometers every day, not because of I'm a player, I want to be fit, but because of my health. But for them, it's a reason of them being fit. So as when we go back on court, we don't start with your fitness. We don't start with that. We just start with, basic court things that we get used to the court, the game time and the court time, which I believe is the most important thing.
So from a coaching point of view, would I be correct in assuming that now during these last 6 weeks, going into our 7th week, it's all about just maintaining fitness levels and as much as we can, keep the ladies as sharp as possible with regards to ball disciplines, because obviously, like you said, court time has been null and void for the last 6 weeks. We don't know how long it's going to be. And when we do come back, in what form you'll be able to get the players together to start working as a team again.
Look, we have to make sure that we put the players we get the players together, no matter how, if it means, you know, getting the numbers down as quick as we can, because we've got a squad now of under 21. Let's talk about under 21, because with Spa Proteas it's a different story. We've got a squad now of under 21. If we need to bring them together for 1 or 2 days just to get the final 12 and we start working with it, let it be, because today it's about the pride of this country, and we are going to host 2023. When we go into any tournament from now on, everybody will be watching South Africa because they want to see how South Africa performs. And as I was saying to somebody the other day, we were talking, I said, look, it's about hosting the best World Cup ever in an African way. And not only hosting the best World Cup, also the team performing. To me, they have to be the same WhatsApp group. They have to go hand in hand. We cannot host the prestigious World Cup that is talked about all over the world, but our team doesn't perform. To me, it doesn't go. We have to put them, they have to be parallel. They have to be working parallel to say, these two, the performance of the team and the hosting have to go hand in hand. So that's what I'm saying. Whoever goes out of this country now or going to participate whenever we'll be going out, is going to be, you're from South Africa, you're from Netball South Africa. What can you bring to us? What is that you bring into us that we're expecting from you? And that is one thing that we need to also be careful about when we're doing our planning. So our planning around that, it should be like, I think the coach should have an idea right now of which are the players that she's communicating with. I think they should be giving a weekly reports or daily reports. That would be, if they're not doing that, then I'll have to question that. But that's what I know that they should be doing, giving a weekly reports or daily reports of what they are doing, where they are, because it's very important for her to know, to follow them up, because they are the players that she's going to work with. And remember, the coach didn't even work with them when we played the curtain raisers against Lesotho, because she was not feeling well, and then somebody had to take over. So yes, to me, it's a big challenge for the coach, but we're here to support her. I'm not here to fire her at any time. I'm only here to support her, to say, Coach, look, we understand your situation. I was a coach before, and I understand what it takes for a coach to reach where they want to be. And with this situation of COVID-19, oh my word, I feel for management. Actually, I feel for everybody. The players, us, management, media, everybody. I mean, I feel for everybody, because this is our life. This is what we do daily. And if we cannot do it, it drags us back. And for us to catch up, it's also going to take us time. And we are expecting them to go and do miracles in Fiji. I only say, for now, the only thing I can say to the coaches, I'm expecting good performance. Results come what may.
Cecilia, another question. I know we've spoken many, many times about the move of Netball South Africa to become a far more professional sport. I suppose right now, it's a very strange question to ask, but the fact that netball in South Africa is not a professional sport, has that potentially been a blessing in disguise now in COVID-19, where you as Netball South Africa are not having to continuously feed those people? Or am I seeing this very, very wrong?
No, you are not saying it wrong, but you are not on point. All I can say is our target for turning netball professionals was 2021 to 2022. That was our target. To say before 2023, the sport should have turned professional. So as when we go into 2023 and we reap the benefits of hosting the World Cup, that Netball South Africa can sustain itself, we know where we're standing. So it's COVID-19. Actually, it's actually not being favorable to us, because we had to go and showcase out there the sponsors, the potential sponsors, to say, this is what we want, because we don't only want to make it professional, we want to turn it into a franchise. That you can come and buy a team and say, this is what I want to do with the team, and then you own the team, but still knowing that is the property of Netball South Africa. So that's what we were aiming to do. However, I don't think it's going to be late, because we still have 2021, which we said 2021, 22, so we can look at the two of how we make it together. And as long as when we go to the World Cup in 2023, netball in this country should have 10 professionals.
In terms of the Minister of Sports COVID Relief Fund, how active was Netball South Africa in assisting as many players as possible from that relief fund?
Actually, we applied on their behalf as Netball South Africa.
Okay.
And then the forms were sent back to say, no, the players have to apply themselves. So we helped them. We know why we should do it, and we did that. And hence you see that when they mentioned the sporting coach that benefited already, they even started with the biggest female federation in the country, which is netball. And we are happy that the minister, did that and gave us the relief fund, because, there's no money coming in right now because of what the situation we are in. So it actually helped us, because the players also need to live, and they're used to getting this kind of a stipend from Netball South Africa every month. So it was going to be very difficult for us, but the minister answered us and gave us the relief fund. And we thank the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, and we thank the minister, the minister that they Natim Tetwa and his deputy, Meno Trawema, because if they didn't put their heads together and say, we want to do this for the athletes, we wouldn't have done anything, or they wouldn't put their hands up and say, also sports people need this, and arts and culture people need this. It wouldn't have helped. So thank you to them that they thought about the players, and they thought about everybody else who's affected in this era. I know we are not going to be satisfied with what they're giving us, but I think half a loaf is better than nothing, really.
I would agree, especially when you see what's actually happening outside from an economy point of view. Something is better than nothing. I suppose we won't get into the details of the deadlines and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there will be further plans going forward. Cecilia, final question. You mentioned at the beginning of this discussion the sponsors that Netball South Africa had brought on. Now, globally, there has been a lot of talk around sponsors not paying for content they haven't been getting. You as Netball South Africa, have you been closely in contact with your sponsors to ensure that they stay on board and they stay for the long term?
I think we are lucky. I think we are one of the luckiest sporting federation in the country, because of maybe they are looking at 2023. You need to keep that partnership with us. You need to keep that relationship with us. If you don't do it now and you leave us at this time where we need you most, where will we be taking you in 2023? We don't need you then. If you can't, be with us where we need you most now with this current situation, I don't think in 2023 we'll need you. And I'm happy to say and proud to say all our sponsors are on board. Nobody has given us an attitude. Those that had to pay at a certain time, they're doing that. So I'm not that one to say our sponsors are giving us tough time or whatever. I'll be lying, and that will never be good. They are being good to us. They're excellent. They're excellent to us. So let us thank them, and let me thank all the sponsors that are with Netball South Africa. I know for some of them it's very tough, like Yotsoro-san, because it's closed right now. You don't have any hotel, hospitality going on, and it's going to be tough for them. But I'm saying thank you to all of them. I mean, thank you to SPA. I always say SPA is not good for you, it's good for netball. Thank you to SuperSport. Thank you to SuperSport. Thank you to Gilbert. Thank you to Tsuro-san. Thank you to Enegate. Thank you to Twiza. Thank you to Telkom. Because if it was Telkom, it was somebody who's going to say, no, but this and that and that. And all of them are on board. And I love what I see. I love what I see. The synergizing of them working together and say, let's help netball. So as we build and show that we are supporting women's sport. Because I think the less supported people in this country are women's sport. And as the biggest federation, I'm happy that we are being supported. And I hope most of the people will come on board and come and support netball, because netball is the way to go right now, whether you like it or not. We are here and we're here to stay.
Cecilia, thank you so much. I just love that excitement. I love that smile. Hang tough, stay healthy, stay sane, and hopefully we'll catch up with you when the lockdown is over.
We'll have to. And stay safe. And remember, coronavirus doesn't move. People move. So stay safe and be safe at home.
Thank you so much for your time.